be a Q&A afterwards. Okay, so let's be respectful and please stay on mute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Pauline, for the housekeeping. Thank you so much. So we are live and we are rolling. Thank you guys so much again for joining. Welcome everyone to this edition of the Daily Briefing. We're going to focus today on two very key, two areas of pain for us, which one of them, Sister Lumba, went through yesterday fantastically with the support of Brother Patrick and Dr. Linus and the rest of the team. And then we will go into one other something as well, which has been a source of great frustration, especially for agents and members who are registering quite a lot of people, and people who had already registered a lot of people and had a difficulty accessing and supporting them, around the element of emails. So just to start off, I just want to welcome all the leaders who are in the house, Brother Patrick, Brother Servio, Sister Pauline, Dr. Linus. I don't want us to do a round of salutations this evening because we're running quite behind time, with the things we're going to cover. Is 14 minutes in already. When the leaders come on, they are going to greet and go into their, whatever they have to deal with this evening. So I'm just going to go back quickly onto profiles. Sister Lumba took us through an amazing presentation yesterday, just watching and listening from the background. I know that, while the meeting was going on, people, I was called on a number of times, but I couldn't speak. So just to give you an idea of what was happening, yesterday we had, a massive hailstorm here in Johannesburg, and my house got completely flooded. And so while we were in the briefing, I had to step out and go and help the rest of my household, bucketing water out of the house with, mopping and moving furniture and all of that. So it was a hectic evening for us. But, luckily today we have been able to sort out all the issues, hopefully. The only way that it's not leaking is when it rains again. So, so that was my situation yesterday. So, I missed the session, even though I was watching with one side of my eye, but I missed the session because of that. So I'm just going to jump right straight into it. I'm going into my my Connect, and I'm going to go into my profile. My profile, I noticed as well today, to go into your profile to check whether it's completed. All you need to do maybe is just to click your picture, and it will take you into your profile.
Brother B, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I was. It is not showing. No one can see it.
I can't see it from here.
Oh, okay. I can see. It stopped. It stopped. Okay, I'm going to share it again. I thought I was sharing.
While Brother B is trying to share his screen, one of our members, Shedi, actually expressed quite some frustration yesterday about being able to change email addresses. I hope Shedi is on. I can't see him, but if anyone has his contact, perhaps you should reach out to him to join, because we are particularly going to show how he could change email addresses on Connect.
How that process would work.
Process would work.
Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen now. I think I thought I was sharing, and then it looks like it wasn't going through. I hope you can see my screen now. Can you? If you can see my screen, just say yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. So quite simply, just to check if your profile is completed, I'm just gonna go back home just so that let me go there just so that we can go home. Yeah. And then I will show you how to go and check if your profile has been completed and completed properly. So we are home. When you are home and you want to check your profile, you go to About, right? And then when you go into About, you are able to see, as Sister Lumba showed us yesterday, you are able to see all the information related to you, right? Your name, your first name, last name, country where you are, phone number, your ID, your gender, your Swiffen ID, your Connect profiling, your refer user, your refer user, all of that, and your Swiffen mailbox. So, and if you realize that there's something that is not there, all you need to do is to go to edit, and then you can edit them, right? You can go edit, or you click here and it would open up this page for you to be able to edit it and update it. You also have preferences. You can go into a little bit more detail to update that, and just determine some of the general preferences you want for your account, whether you want to be able to chat. Someone may not you want to message that window for new messages. And you want to allow new messages only from your friends, people who have accepted to be your friend. If you guys remember, in one of the meetings, I was telling you that I have very few friends and I'm looking for more. How many do I have now? I have just 29 friends. So if I click that, it will mean that I can only chat with 29 people, right? Allow new messages only from your friends. So that's additional preferences. You can go in there. And then what kind of notifications do you want? You can also update that, determine the kind of notifications you want. If you don't want a specific notification, you can minimize it, right? Yeah, so that is where you update your profile, as Sister Lumba showed us. I just thought I should bring in this additional elements, and all your addresses as well. You can update them there. Dr. Linus is going to go into that in a little bit more detail. I'm just taking us through what Sister Lumba did. Just for those who were not here, we also suggest that you can also go and look at that presentation. But I'm not going to go into too much detail here. You go into that presentation and see what Sister Lumba shared with us yesterday. Same thing with Connect. Let me just open my Connect. I'm just going to go into one of the Connect pages, the one that I have available. Transact rather. In fact, I can just go from home, to Transact. So I go there, I go home. In fact, here, sorry. Let's Transact. There. So I can log into Transact. Go to login to transact. And then, basically on transact, you are able to, still loading. On transact, you can log in. It's taking me to the admin account. That's not the one I want. Okay, that's fine.
You can put your private one there.
Yeah. Don't know why. For some reason, my private one is saying credentials don't match. Why is that? All right, I'm going to look at that. But in essence, I don't want to waste our time on transact. You go on to transact, you log in, and then if you see an orange button on top of your account, it means that your KYC has not been updated, right? If you see, once your KYC has been updated and verified, and we confirm that the KYC information you submitted is sufficient, then your account is verified. The orange sign saying that update your KYC profile will disappear. That would now allow you to be able to transact on transact. Yeah. And then updating the details as well on account is the same. You do the same. You come here, you go into your account login, and you go into and you go into your account personally, and then you can modify the details from there. Dr. Linus, I think I don't want to belabor the points that Sister Lumba did yesterday, because she did a fantastic job. I'm just going to stop sharing so that you can go into the email modification.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was going to say that while you're there, you might as well just show it.
I can just, okay.
Yeah, just show it, because that
just
might
share your screen. Share your screen is fine.
Okay, I share my screen. Okay, that's fine.
I stopped sharing already.
Okay, so I'm sharing mine.
Okay.
Obviously, that's a laptop
view.
As a laptop view. I'm just going to make the screen a little bit bigger. So log in. Here, obviously put your username, password, and then click login. But it looks like it's not letting me in.
Isn't it?
Just 1 second. Let me stop sharing. I'll just check something, and then we'll try again.
While you're doing that,
okay. I think while I'm trying to gain access, why don't we take a little pause and just take questions from the presentation yesterday and what you've covered as a refresher now.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and show how to change the email address, particularly the email address on Connect.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do it in that order.
All right.
While I sort out my connection.
All right. So if there are any questions related to access, Simon Avon at Ezra.
Good evening, Bro MB and Dr. Linus and the remaining. That's a a wonderful preview. I was not around at the beginning yesterday, but thank God now I got a little insight. The question I want to ask concerning Connect is, how do I send friend requests? Because that has been my challenge as well. I don't have friends on Connect. So I didn't know how to send friend requests when I have a lot of friends on Connect.
So yeah, so I'm not alone, right? I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
alone.
You are lucky you have 29. Me, I don't think I have up to 2.
Yeah, so
All
okay,
right.
we're going to, yeah, when Dr. Linus comes on.
Is there any member of the audience with lots of friends who wants to share some insight and some secrets?
Because we are all looking for friends. How do you capture more friends? Is there anyone who wants to share with us?
How to send a friend request? Good evening, leaders. You want me to share? I think I can do that.
Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Patrick.
Okay. Let me go to connect. Oh, okay. First, I need to share my screen. Share screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am on the Connect homepage. To send a friend request, you need. I'm already logged in on Connect. Okay. Let me go to my my profile by clicking on my profile picture. Oh, okay. I have
Just
to
refresh. Just refresh.
Okay. Okay.
Reload. The third one, reload.
Or reload. Oh, okay. Maybe I had already clicked on the wrong one. I might have to restart again. Connect.
Did I share mine?
Okay, maybe you can go ahead and say yours, say, because it's taking time now. Thank you.
All right, okay.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, so that's my screen.
Yes.
You can still talk through it and just tell me where to click. So I log in. I've just logged in. Now, obviously, where it's all happening is on the community posts where people post and share content. That's the most exciting page, actually. That's where most people go. And this is based on evidence in terms of the popularity of the page. Now, when you go there, obviously, you might see something you like or some interesting information. You can see what other people are posting. So if, for example, you like to connect with Emma here, who runs the restaurant in Kenya, and she's doing a great job in accepting Lumi, and I would encourage everyone in Kenya to go to Emma's restaurant. Just reach out to Emma and connect with her so that you can go and eat some food with your Lumi. So you will click on the profile picture. When you click on the profile picture, her profile opens. Okay, when her profile opens, you can immediately, it says accept or reject. It means that she had actually reached out to connect as a friend. So I click accept, and that's it. That's all you have to do to accept. Now, if in this particular case, there wasn't a request in process already, then you would see a button here which says send friend request. So let's go for another let's look at another profile. I'm going to go back again to the post page, and then just scroll down. And this time, let's say I select this. I select Philip Christians. Okay, when Philip's profile opens, then you see here this button, this blue button here, add friend. So that's how you send a request to Philip to add Philip as a friend. Now, of course, most people may already know other people and they just want to find them. It's sometimes not practical to, it may not be practical to scroll through. So what you could do is go to help. Okay, this is a good tip. You go to help and click on search. And when you click on search, you can then enter the name. For example, if I enter Mbappe, then it should, in principle, give me a list of the posts that Mb has posted, that Bodambi has posted, the list of articles that Bodambi has commented on, a list of products that Bodambi has in the shop selling and all that. So you can see this, and then you can click because I know that's the person I'm looking for, so I can just click there. But if you are looking for a post, then you can also go straight to that post. Okay. And so this was a post that one of the posts that I have searched that has come up. And now I can click on his profile picture. And it says here friend. So it means Brother Mb and I are already friends. Huh? I'm one of your 29 friends.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I thought you wanted, the way your cursor went on it, it looked as if you wanted to unfriend me.
Yes, and if you wanted to.
and I started panicking.
Yes.
I was panicking.
and if you want to unfriend somebody, then of course you can click on that button, right? But that's how you do it. That's how you do that. Now, of course, if you go to somebody's profile, then you can see all the postings they have done, the communication the messages they've posted, articles they've written, the products they've bought or sold, or the products they are selling, and so forth. So that's why this is actually quite useful. Now, one of the key issues that was raised recently is about changing email address on Connect. It's actually quite straightforward, but it also intentionally secure. And I particularly would have wanted Shedi to see this because yesterday, I think he was clearly quite frustrated, or he thought the process is not there to make these changes. But to make changes to your email address, what it needs to do is you need to click on About. When you click on About, it should open up your profile like this. And then you need to click on Account, because that is very much related to your account. Your email address is an important attribute to your account. And even your password would be there under your account, okay? Now, of course, you can't just come here and change the email address. You need to provide a password first. So if I can remember my password, which I saved it, so I can just select from there. And now it allows me to change my password. So if I want to change that my email address, if I want to change that from linus.etube@swiffen.com, from linus.etube@swiffen.com to inbox@swiffen.com, then I just put that and then I just click save, okay? If I want to change the password as well, I can put a new password in there and I can just do save. For now, I don't want to change that. So I'm just going to click away from it. But that's how you do it. Brother B, without much further ado, Sister Pauline, I'm going to hand it back to you. I hope that is clear in terms of how you change your email address on Connect or your password. You can change it yourself, right? Of course, if you can't log in and you've lost your password, that's a different matter. You must do first. You must do a password reset first. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and over to you. Thank you.
Great. So that has been a really important request that has come from the community for a long time. So many people asking for it. And we've put that process in place to make sure that it's secure, that is the right person who is accessing it and who has the right to change it. And two, that the right to change it is available at everyone's fingertip. Yeah. So if there's anyone who has a specific question related to profiles and the change of email address, please, you can raise your hand now and ask the question. In the meantime, we are going to take Timothy.
Okay, thank you, Brother MD.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me? Okay.
We can hear you clearly.
Timothy from Nigeria. I am still a bit concerned. Well, is it concerned now? I feel that we can improve on the issue of register member on account. I still feel we can do a little bit more. I should be able to send register member link to a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group, and then go to sleep.
Okay.
Not necessarily
so you are talking about
not necessarily requesting for somebody's email, then I now impute it and then send the link to the request, an invite via email. Like we have in many cryptocurrencies, you just send the link and you go to sleep, and you see that several people can now sign up. I feel that way we have more people to sign up on our account without losing the commission. That's just what I'm thinking about. I don't know if that can work.
Thank you. Thank you for raising that. It's we have it on account, but it's just that we've not made that available. We are going to reflect on how we make it available, and I think it's a good idea, because someone could literally take that link and go to their friends on Facebook, go to their friends on other social media platforms, and just share the link there. And anyone who registered from that is actually registered under them. So we are going to reflect on how to make that available to the community, because it's there.
Thank you.
We have that. There's also the element of a referral link, where all you do is you send the link. You can send a register member, and then with your referral link or with your referral code, and all they need to do is click on the link and then input your referral code, and that's it. And it links to register member.
Yes, and I hope that also will apply to the GoToBank registration, so it will also be effective and made effective.
Yes, you know, the beauty about what we do is that we are on a daily quest for improvement and simplification. Daily. For every one of the products, every one of the services, channels, we are on a daily quest for simplification, making it available, making it easy to access, and making it easy to operate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
For the GoToBank, for example, Brother B, I mean, we all know that the process is a bit tedious and it's a bit challenging. So we're working on making it easier. we are actually in the process of making it easier. And not just with GoToBank, but with other banks that we are also talking to, which we are not going to announce just yet, but we are having discussions with major Pan-African banks. I mean, big names that if you hear,
yeah. And that's why we are so excited about the prospects and what is going to happen in this community in the in the new year. While we are building up towards that, we have to put all the structures in place, because otherwise it's impossible for us to be able to do the work that is required for the benefit of all the community members. So all of us, we need to put our hands on the pedal and do what we can do from where we are, for us to be able to achieve what we need to achieve next year. It's going to be a great year. Really, it's going to be a great year, because the level we are in now, it was probably just a reflection in January, but a lot of work has gone into it through the months of this year. And where we are now is we are actually at the right place. We're actually at the right place.
Yeah. And the one thing, of course, that remains strong is what we always open with, that we are gathered as a community to drive access to all. Access to all, without regard to race, without regard to income level, without regard to rank and class, but to make sure that the 1.7 billion people around the world who have been excluded from accessing financial services have an equal chance to now have access and be able to participate in the new digital economy. And the second is, while we bring them on board and enlarge that community, we want to have a single instrument of exchanging value in order to drive trade and real participation in the real economy by everybody, without regard to rank and class. And that common instrument of exchange is our Lumi. Now, many of you will have been watching and seeing what is happening in the cryptocurrency space and the volatility with the prices of crypto assets. If Brother Servius is our in-house expert on cryptos. So if he wants to make a comment on that, perhaps he may well make a comment on that. But the Lumi is not a crypto, and therefore you cannot expect any level of volatility with respect to the fluctuation in the value of the Lumi, as you have seen with other crypto assets. It is steady, it's firm, and it's here to stay. We just need to make sure that it reaches every household and that we're all using it to exchange value in real time, both within continental Africa and within Africa and the African diaspora. Of course, the African diaspora being spread all over the world, as we know it. And so it is incumbent on all of us to continue the drive and continue the push to make sure that everybody is included. And we should continue to work together in the way that we are doing on this daily basis to gather intelligence, gather knowledge, share knowledge, so that we can all go back to our respective areas and share that knowledge, so that we can increase access and drive the use, the adoption and use of the Lumi. It's very exciting to see restaurants like Emma's in Kenya and other areas popping up where people are now able and willing to accept the Lumi in its purest form in order to exchange value and trade. That is the ultimate goal, that it is in every household, and every household is able to exchange it for the goods and services that they need to live their life. That is a promise. That's something we wouldn't waver from, because it's a very raison d'etre of what we are doing. And why is it important? Because it's a decades-old problem that has plagued many households, 1.7 billion people, and is the cause of poverty exclusion is a cause of poverty. And the one thing that almost certainly guarantees that if you are not lucky or you're not fortunate, you're not connected, the digital economy might pass you by and you would have nothing to pass to your future generation, but poverty that you might have inherited. We want to change that, and we want to level up and make sure everybody really can begin to participate so that the industrialization that we seek can be a reality, and that the enterprise capacity that is embedded in every individual can begin to unfold in front of our eyes for the good of all humanity. That's why we are gathered, ladies and gentlemen, and we always have to remind ourselves of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Linus. Brother Ambi, can you unmute yourself? Oh, do you want
Great,
Patrick to
great.
take over?
Great. Yeah, any of us can carry on, but Brother Patrick has his hand up, so he certainly has something to say now.
Yes, thank you. I think I must apologize because I've realized my connectivity is a bit erratic. My Wi-Fi is acting up and sometimes it's affecting my audio. So I hope you are clearly hearing me. I just want to highlight something that skipped my mind when I had a conversation with Dr. Linus with regards to Connect. I have realized, and I also have one ticket and one individual I'm trying to assist in Jamaica. His name is Ricky Miller. What happened is someone registers on Connect and somehow they did not get the verification email. And now the only thing that they can do is to go to the Connect login page and try to log in. So now when they try to log in, the system gives a verification message. You must verify your email by clicking on the link that was sent to you. But unfortunately, this person has not received the email. And the system on that response is not giving that option to say resend email. I think our Dr. Linus or our developers should look at that. That option, because the only way someone can request for a resend of the verification email on Connect is if it appears there on the response message that says you must verify your email address, and then it must give the option to click on resend email. That at the moment, the last time I checked, it was not giving that option. Thank you, sir.
Okay, very good. Very good point. Thank you very much, Brother Patrick. We will take that up with the developers immediately. I'll raise a ticket with them today and say that is something that is worth adding. And so we can keep our eyes open in expectation that it will be done.
Great. Okay, the next person. Who is the next person, Sister Pauline?
It's Vincent.
Okay.
Vincent, can you unmute? Yes, go ahead, Vincent. Vincent Okoro? We are not hearing you. Vincent Okoro? Okay, Vincent, maybe you can hear me. We will come back to you. And the other one is Callum Davids. Please unmute.
Evenings. Yesterday, that same thing happened to us where our members didn't get the message from Swift and Connect. So is it possible that they can resend the message to our people?
Okay, that's a good question. One of the things that we have absolutely discovered is that Hotmail, for example, is blocking our emails from being delivered into the respective inboxes. Okay. We have engaged the data center to try and understand why that is the case and if that is something that they can solve. Now, in the meantime, if anybody has a Hotmail address, don't use it to register for any of our services. You might want to create another free Gmail account and use it instead, or reach out and we can create a Swiffen inbox mail, a Swiffen mailbox account for you so that you can access these services seamlessly. Now, of course, the best email to use, and we're just not saying it because we've created that, the best email address to use is the Swiffen mailbox, because the Swiffen mailbox is secure. You access it right from Connect. It's just a click of a button away. And should you lose access because you've lost your password or you don't remember the password, we will be able to help you all the way to resetting the password for you to access your email. So with a Swiffen mailbox, there is nothing now that can stop you from accessing and receiving those transactional messages that are vital, such as password resets, notifications for transactions, and so forth. And so we highly recommend and encourage everyone to get a Swiffen mailbox. Now, of course, we have to pay to provide the service, and that's why we are asking people to pay a small fee. But in the event that you cannot actually afford, just reach out and we will still create one for you and give it to you for free. Okay? The concern is to make sure that, one, we can keep it sustained and that it is funded in a sustainable manner. It's not there for us to make money, no.
Okay, Dr. Linus.
That's why we say $2 for a whole year, and you have access to a mailbox. So I hope that clarifies it. Now, people that you're referring to may or may not have been using Hotmail, but if they were using a Hotmail address, then that would be the reason.
Okay, there is from the members that wants to buy emails, but how do they go about that? And how do they pay that $2 in?
That's a good point. You would go to Marketplace. There is a product in the Marketplace which says mailbox. So you go to, when you hover, maybe I should share my screen.
Yep.
Show this. Okay. So
you can even just buy it direct from mailbox right there.
Yeah, so right you hover over to mailbox and say buy Swiffen mailbox. Now, when you click that, it takes you to a product in the shop, in the online shop, which is this. And even though it says $2, if you are buying for a community and you buy, say, 10, then it means you can go and sell. If you buy 10, you would only pay $1 each for the 10. And then you are allowed, and this is the only thing you are allowed to sell to other people for the $2 full, so that you make 100% of your money back. Okay.
100% of your money, 100% of your money back, and a little something.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're just buying one, you pay $2, but if you wanted 10, then you pay $10 and you get 10 mailboxes. But if you paid $10 for the 10 mailboxes, you can go and retail for $2 each, and that will give you access to $20. So in fact, you've recovered the $10 you spent, and you've got $10 extra, right? So it is really something that the community can use to get some capital, to get some fiat in, right? We use the $10 to maintain the infrastructure, make sure it's accessible, and then you keep the 50%. So it's 50% to us to maintain the infrastructure and 50% to you to buy your airtime and do what you need to do to continue supporting people in the community. And to access your mailbox, it's as simple as you come in here, you click login into mailbox. That should come up, and there you are right in your mail. Okay. If you haven't logged in, of course, then it will present you with a login screen where you need to, a login screen that looks like this, where you need to enter your mailbox and then your password. I have to say the convention is first name dot last name at inbox.swiffen.com and then a password. So when you buy, you need to, if you're buying in bulk, then of course we need to know who to assign the emails to. It's not as straightforward as that. So you might just create a ticket, and on the ticket, you can include your purchase code and then the list of people that you want to assign the email addresses to. And they will be created in the background automatically for you to then receive them and for them to use it. Once it's active, then you can come in here and you should be able to log in, okay? This verification code, for those who have attempted, don't use it, just keep it blank. The verification code is a two-factor authentication, but that is only if you activate two-factor authentication for very, very secure access to your messages. So only you can access it, because it will deliver a code to your mobile number or display a code on the screen that you need to enter to be able to access it. Otherwise, nobody else who doesn't have that code would ever be able to access the account, even if they had your username, your email address, and the password. Okay, I don't use it. I just log in with my password and go straight in. And you can add different mailboxes. So we have different mailboxes, for example, that are responsible for messages to different systems. So Connect has its account, exchange, and transact, and so forth. It's very secure. It's very very safe. Our messages will not go to spam, okay? Because we have made every effort to ensure that they are not actually on spam lists. The issue with Hotmail is network related at our data center, not at all with our own system. And today we're sending out thousands, literally thousands of messages every day using our own email service, something that a year ago we used to pay for, and it was a very expensive thing to do. Okay, but today, thanks to the introduction of this service, we no longer really have to spend money to do that, and we can extend it to people in the community, because we need this anyway to deliver transactional messages. It's a very, very welcome addition, which we're very, very pleased that we're able to introduce.
Thank you, Dr. Linus. I hope that answers your question. The next one, we'll try Vincent again. Vincent, are you available now? Please unmute yourself. Vincent Oko. Are you able? Vincent seems to be maybe having technical issues. Okay. We're gonna go. Please do not share your. Please do not share your screen.
Can you hear me?
Who am I
Can you hear
speaking
me?
to? Who am I speaking to? Yes, Vincent. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you now, Vincent. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening, Swiffy family. I'm sorry for not being able to connect or during the mode due to the gadget I was using. I believe I put that gadget in order. Please, I sincerely appreciate the effort of the Swiffin hosts members on this training. I'm so much impressed over the development so far. My simple question this evening goes on now. On account registration to someone who I'm trying to connect into the Swiffing account, and now I face some challenges. I don't know whether these challenges is due to poor network connection in my area, or is something wrong with my connection. And the issue is when I was trying to connect, after trying to upgrade the profile of the member in question, and it's happened that the system will always respond something error occurred, I keep trying, but to no avail.
Okay.
Okay,
So
let me comment
this-
on that.
Yeah.
Okay, brother, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that when you've experienced that kind of problem, it's always a network issue. Because what happens is that every individual, the way the back end infrastructure is set up, wherever you are, you will be connected to the closest server service to where you are. And if your device cannot establish contact with the server environment that is closest to you, it would always say that there's a network error because you are unable to connect directly into the system. So that's what I wanted to say. Dr. Linus, I don't know if you want to add something to that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, brother B. So that's good. So when that happens, my brother, just try again. I mean, that's all I can suggest. Just try again. During these presentations, I'm sure you've seen a few times I'm trying to connect and it says I can't connect. But by trying again, you can see very quickly that one is able to regain access. We are constantly working to improve that and to make it better, make it more resilient. And I'm very confident that we will get there. Part of it is to deploy more servers all around the globe in various data centers around the world so that access is seamless. Obviously, that comes at a huge cost, okay? Not a small cost. So it's a balance between having something that you click one second and it's readily available wherever you are versus what you actually spend to keep it going. I mean, we are in this for the long haul, and so we are balancing.
All right.
We are balancing the fiat-related cost that we have to put up with now to keep going while waiting for the Lumi to become immediately convertible into other fiat currencies or other assets, or being acceptable by data centers that expect us to pay in fiat, or we build our own data centers so that it's never really an issue. So, but we are working on it constantly, literally, constantly.
All right. Secondly, the second question is concerning the connect issue. Is it compulsory that the first time connecting a member, the connect link, is it necessary? Is it compulsory that connect link for a new person who is who is to be connected? That the connect link must be there. Is it necessary?
The connect link is very important. We have emphasized that many times. It's part of your KYC for the purposes of verifying your account. Now, you might argue that because it's not a required field per se, you could register somebody and not have it there when you are creating account. But when you want to transfer, for example, your Lumi from account into Transact, the team will check it. Rest assured, the team will check it. And if it doesn't exist, your transaction will be declined because it's your public presence. It is almost like your signature to say, look, I am part of this community, I belong here, and we are using Lumi here, and we believe in inclusion, and we believe in driving access to all, and we are committed to using our single instrument of exchange, which is the Lumi. That's your signature. And if somebody wants to trade with you, that's what they would look for in the community. So it is very important, perhaps one of the most important things you need to have. So we encourage everybody to make sure that it is well defined in your Swift account, and also particularly in your Transact, because it forms part of your KYC in Transact. Without it, your KYC will be rejected. Okay, so it is in fact mandatory in your KYC information on Transact.
All right, I'm okay with that. Thank you very much for the impressive answers. Thank you.
You're welcome, Vincent. Thank you very much for your question. The next one is Tatena. Tatena, can you unmute? Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, please go ahead. Can you please make your question as brief and as clear as possible?
No problem. My question is, are there any chances that in the near future, you are going to enable the SMS system so that the system becomes user-friendly, since we are engaging the elderly and those who are not tech-savvy?
Thank you. Dr. Linus,
okay. Yeah, so for those who have been on this journey with us, you would know, or you would remember, that we have an SMS service. As Dr. Linus said, the associated cost in delivering communication through the SMS channel at the moment is prohibitive. But as we go forward, there are certain parameters we are putting in place which would allow us to be able to activate the SMS service again. So rest assured, those are tools that we have at our disposal. We've used them before, but the cost at the moment is prohibitive.
And just to put some numbers to that, let's say one SMS costs one cent, okay? Let's just say one SMS costs 1 cent, 1 euro cent, or 1 British pound cent, or 1 euro US dollar cent. If you have a community of 2 million people, let's say at the end of the month when we do the stimulus distribution, and we pay out 2 million to 2 million account holders. So that'll be 0.01 times 2 million, okay? Now, 0.01 times 2 million is $20,000. Now, remember that for each person, that receives a payment, we are paying commissions T1 to T5. So there are additional 5 notifications that inform you about your commission payment, for example. So you need to multiply that by a factor of about 5, okay? So that takes you very quickly to 100,000. And that's if the cost of one SMS is 0.01. Now, of course, I'm talking transactions that happen every month. So in 12 months, that will give you $1.2 million, okay? That's just on SMS. We haven't covered the cost of the servers. We haven't covered the cost of the bandwidth and anything else. And just to give you an idea of the scale, I mean, we are not talking a Mickey Mouse operation. I'm not sure whether you can see my screen. I think I've lost it myself, but
it's coming up.
It's coming up. Okay. So every time you try and access and you're not getting access, that's why I'm saying, please be patient. Remember that there are thousands of people actually trying to do the same all over the world at that particular point in time. Okay. And this will give you an idea of what is actually going on. This is live. This is live information, which shows you an idea of what is going on, right? So whereas the SMS is a convenient thing, most people don't look at the cost component of it. And for your information, this is the same thing that used to happen with the email communication, because we were using third-party providers to send out emails, and it used to cost us a fortune. We then decided to stop that and invest in our own email infrastructure in order to deliver messages to the community in a safe, reliable, and secure fashion. And that's what we are doing. We'll continue to make that progress. For your information, we have access to a telecom company that we are partnering with. Many of you might have seen some posts on Connect, M12 Telecom. There are conversations about the possibility of using M12 Telecom's infrastructure to deliver SMS. So we may revisit that at some point, but we have to balance current costs, which are huge, against the need to make sure that, you know, we need to be able to cover that cost every day for the foreseeable future. So whatever is consuming a lot of resources at the moment, we are making a conscious decision to drop it, not because we want to abandon it, but because we want to very carefully make sure we are balancing the impact of cost that it has on existing resources. Because remember, this is coming out of somebody's pocket. It's got to be paid for. You couldn't have what we are having at the scale that we have without significant cost. And if you want to try and run a small website, whether that is running on AWS or Google or any of the cheap cloud services that you might see on the internet, it's very alluring. You know, they might say, oh, you know, it's cost you $30 or $20 a month. Okay, start putting in serious numbers of people accessing it, and start making sure that it is infrastructure that can handle multiple connections, process concurrent transactions for thousands of people at the same time. You need to be multiplying that number by hundreds in order to get there. Many people who might have tried amongst our communities will tell you that that is what it is. It's not a mean task. It is absolutely not a mean task. But we take it in our strides. We just do what we need to do. And we move on. We are not going to be wavered. We will continue to make progress until we get to the place we want to be, with 100% inclusion for the community and the use of a single instrument of exchanging value. We are not going to waver from that. And as a community, I must say, and I must confess, and Brother Mbi would testify to this, Brother Sevius as well, and others. If this was about a quick buck of making money, this is not the business to do it. This is not the place. We wouldn't be doing this if it's about making money. Now,
absolutely.
Yeah, but we know what we want to do. And there is a very good reason why that particular segment has been ignored and neglected for many, many years and for generations. We know it's important not to keep it that way. We want to change it, and we will change it. We will not be wavered. We will change it. Okay, so that is the mission. And that's why it's so important that we are all on deck, that we are all doing our bit to keep this alive and to keep the movement strong and going without fail. We cannot waver. We must press ahead.
Thank you,
because
Dr.
it needs to be done. It's good for humanity. It's good for mankind. It's good for the restoration of dignity to the lives of millions of people that have remained excluded for generations. We can't sit back and watch and say it's not our business. Of course, it is our business. And we've got to do something about it. Now is the time.
Thank you, Dr. Linus. Very impressive, very, very impressive as always. I hope that answers your question, sir. Our next hand up is Daniel Isaiah. Daniel is.
Yeah, good evening, everyone in the house.
Yeah, please can you make your question? Good evening, Daniel. Can you please make your question brief and direct?
So I just have two questions, and one is that when is the payment of Lumi to everyone is gonna stop? One, this very monthly payment that they do make.
Okay, let's just answer that question first. Dr. Linus, Brother Ambi?
October 2023.
Right, so that's the first one, Daniel. Second question, please.
All right, second question, please. For instance, I want to raise a ticket and I'm having issues with my Connect. Is there any way I can follow to raise that ticket, or I must log into my Connect before raising the ticket? That's the next question.
That question, perhaps Sister Pauline, you want to take it?
No, I was going to quickly show my screen because that is the third person that's asked that question. May I share my screen?
Please go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can.
we
Right. This is my profile. To raise a ticket, and this goes to the other persons that has asked the same question. Under here, there's the word help.
Yes.
You can see the word ticket.
Hmm.
Click on the word ticket. Okay.
Yes.
Disregard this because you will not see all this on your screen. Okay. It's because I'm part of the support desk. Okay. At the
Yes.
top of your screen, you will have 3 little markers. The same, I think, is the same when if you have a mobile phone, but the Patrick will confirm this. You click on this 3 little lines here, you will see a dropped down menu. And you will see it says the word here, new ticket. Click on that. It gives, as you can see, it will come up with your name and your email address. In here, you will put a brief description, say if you're Swifting login details or password requests, a new password request. It needs to be brief but specific, okay? And then from there, you will put a detailed description here. Now, in the detailed description, say you wanted a password reset. It is important, and you do not have a Transact account yet, but you have a Swifting and you have a Connect account. You need to provide your name on your Swifting account as it was when you registered for that account. If you have your Swifting ID number, that needs to be put here. If you have an email address, which you should have, it needs to be put here. Okay, and a telephone number, including your country code. This is because you do not yet have a Transact account for us to verify. If you have a Transact account, put your Transact number here, because your Transact account with your KYC completed will make it easier for us to verify your account. Once you have completed that section, you go here. Oh, I think because Brother Patrick dictated us through this a few days ago. You have a category. Okay, now in the category, and you can see it has a red asterisk. It is important you complete this category. You have either general, registration, so you can't log in registration, account issue, an order issue, a payment issue, or a balance trans issue. Whatever your query is, you choose one. And then when you've done all that, leave this box empty. Do not click in this box. As I repeat, do not click in this box, and then you submit. And your ticket will be raised and it will come into, let me see if I can go back. Sorry.
Yeah, on the top, you can just click the, that's fine. You can just click there again and look at the list.
And then once your ticket has been raised, it will come into here. Okay, and someone from the support desk will deal with it. As you can see, someone has raised a ticket and it's an email. Remember that small section I told you about? This person has an email query. This particular person has an ID, a Swifting ID query. This one has an email query. So that small box at the top, that's what they have put in there. And then in the description element, they have gone into more detail. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Sister Pauline.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right,
I think I don't see Daniel anymore.
yeah, he looks like he's dropped off, but thank you.
Okay.
I think that was the last person, actually. Thank you.
All right. In fact, we are right at the end of it for the day. So we will bring it to a close here. I really want to thank everyone who has made it to through this session this evening, and I thank everyone who is in the field, everyone who is, putting their hands to the plow and supporting members. making sure that community members, those who have access and those who don't, are able to understand how the platform works and are providing all the guidance that members of this community need. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 8:30 South African time, which is GMT +2. Yeah, GMT +2. Thank you all so much. Dr. Linus?
Thank you very much. Thanks, Sister Pauline, for magnificently assisting to coordinate the session. And many thanks to everyone for the contributions this evening. And also many thanks for the lessons that we're all going to be walking away with into our various communities to continue supporting those near us. A collective journey like no other, and effort so collective and so inspiring for all of us to be part of this wind of change, to be part of this movement that is set to impact lives in our time. Not after we are gone, but in our time. And we want to see that change unfold in front of our eyes, and we're beginning to see it. So on that note, let's stay focused, let's keep our path, and let's keep going with every confidence that we are resolving one of the two of the most impactful and challenging problems of our time, a problem or problems that perhaps many have shied away from addressing, but nonetheless, a problem that affects many households and has been a blight in the lives of over 1.7 billion people around the world. Shy, we must not. Stay firm on our cause. Yeah, we should. Let's ride the storms as they come. Let's learn from one another as we get the opportunities to do so. And let's remain completely focused in addressing these 2 decades-old problems that affect most people that we know, or most people near us, many households, so that collectively, together, we can make the difference that we must make, and to make humanity, this is for the good of humanity, for the good of mankind. And so on that note, a great thank you and a great, I wish you a very wonderful evening, wherever you are, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, everyone can unmute and say your good night. Good night, and thank you very
Good
much.
night,
Wonderful.
Good night, everyone. Daniel from Abuja, Nigeria.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Brother
Good
MB.
Good night
Good
from
night, Sister Pauline.
More grace
Good
to our
night.
leaders.
Adekunle Femi, good night.
Good night, brother. Good night.
Good night, bro.
Good night, everyone.
We are still coming at for Nigeria training, Mr. Daniel. Mr. Daniel.
What did it say?
Come back.
Femi, we'll talk later. Or good night.
Good night.
Join the meeting 8:30. Join the meeting for Nigeria training.
Okay.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Yeah, Nigeria 8:30.
Okay. Today, tomorrow now. Huh?